What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast. Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. Eagle-eared listeners, because eagles are well known for their sense of hearing, will remember that I've been trying to remember for some time one of the games that has controlled kickers or slingshots instead of flippers. So there are flipper buttons on the side of the cabinet, but instead of actually actuating flippers, it pushes the kicker arm and moves the ball. So rather than the moment that the ball hits the sling area, it waits for the player to actually kick it. Well, today I finally found it. The game in question is called Champion, and it was made by Chicago Coin. Now, this game has a basketball theme and was made in 1949. Now, the back glass has a guy about to do a layup or some kind of basket, but he's partially up in the air. The word champion stands out underneath the basketball net on a field of red, written in cursive, in white on yellow, in 3D letters. Now, on the right-hand side, there is something that's marked team position, and it goes from 1st to 10th place. And along the bottom is a section marked opponent score. And there are 10 different windows, which apparently show something different at different points of the game. On the left-hand side, there's a column of numbers, which are your 100,000 point scores. And then you have your millions along the top, 1 through 4. Now, likely your 10,000s are in the back glass somewhere, and it uses animation to display them. As far as the playfield, you have two passive bumpers right in the center, both of which score a basket when they're hit. There are multiple bumpers. There's 4 along the top, 2 of which are pops. There's another 2 about even with the bottom basket, and then another 2 down at the bottom. On the left and right side, to either side of the bumpers, there's a rollover switch, which is marked that it lowers the opponent's score and advances your team's position. Now, it looks like there are multiple goals. I do not see score instruction cards, and I do not see a write-up on how this game is played. Even the flyer doesn't really say anything about the gameplay. It just talks about earning potential. So, in this case, what it looks like you're trying to do is advance your position, score a bunch of baskets, and you can probably also win on score. I have no idea the replay thresholds, and I do note that there is no special marked on the playfield. I'm not sure if it's possible to earn a replay. I'm not certain if the millions can be converted into replays or how exactly that worked on this game. But what I can tell you is that those player-controlled kicking rubbers down at the bottom left and bottom right are a really cool idea. I think that is incredibly neat, and I'm sorry that it was not used more frequently. Now, in its latest incarnation, we've seen them on Stern's WWE, but before that, I'm not certain if it was repeated after this 1949 game champion. So this game is pretty special. It looks like it's fairly difficult as well, which is appealing to me. And I'm certain that as an operator, you could set a variable number of baskets scored to earn a replay or 1,000,000 points, depending on how this game did it. If you could earn replays, it was likely through a credit projection unit. The artwork on the playfield, there are a lot of action arrows and kind of explosion callouts for the pop bumpers. And the wood grain of the playfield is marked as a nice approximation of a basketball court. It looks pretty cool. There's a field of pink with two guys playing basketball there in the center. And then below that, there's a field of blue that has the number of baskets scored and then your various inserts down at the bottom. Again, pretty machine. Looks like fun. The kicking rubber feature is really cool. And the photos on IPDB do not show the little plastics in the shape of basketballs that kind of covered up the kicking arms as represented on the flyer. So I'm wondering how many of those survived. I have a feeling that a lot of those probably broke. For some reason, who knows? There's only a ball bearing that's smacking into these things with a lot of force. So anything could have happened, though. It's anybody's guess. But this looks like one heck of a game, and it's the one that I've been thinking of for almost a year now that I couldn't remember the name to. So another mystery solved here on For Amusement Only. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, also at Bingo Podcast. Or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.